Riverbend Talent brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Morris, Mr. Donut Van Morris.
Donut Van Morris? I'm down.
Van Morrison, Van Halen. That was his favorite band, Van Halen.
Van Gogh? I don't know.
Van Halpin.
Van Halpin, there we go. Matt Van Morris sponsored the show for years now, and Halpin's been with us since the very beginning pretty much. So thanks to them for sponsoring the show. And of course, every week we come on here and tell you about all the stuff going on around town, tell you where all the bands are playing, but we also like to introduce you to not only the bands, but different people in the music community. A few weeks ago, we introduced you, our listening audience, our huge listening audience, to Eddie Fanshner, a.k.a. Special Ed. And Eddie's back with us today. Hello, Ed.
Hey, man, what's happening?
Good to see you again, man.
Good to see you.
Feel
You're
like
so
old
handsome.
friends now.
Well, you're striking, good-looking, mate.
It's those 2 hours of beauty sleep I get every night.
Long sausage-like fingers, just attractive, man.
Sausage leg fingers, that's how most people pick their doctor, but not their DJ. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Eddie has brought a few friends with us, and so we've got some new friends coming to the show. We'll start with Stephanie Zimmerman. Hello, Stephanie.
Hello there.
I've been talking to you on the phone, and now I get to see your beautiful face. So now I was picturing something so horrible. No, I'm kidding.
That wasn't nice.
I'm glad
I said I was picturing it. She's beautiful.
Why would you picture something ugly like that?
was
We heard her voice on the phone. It's like an angel.
Get him, Ed. Get him, Ed.
I'm sorry, Stephanie.
He's a man after your job, Pigeon.
I'm sorry for
I have thick skin. You're fine.
He's already taken my job. I already heard you give it to him. No, I heard you. He said, I'd like to be on this show more often. You said,
I will.
Yeah, I've been looking at
And I'll do it for free.
8 years. Next to the beautiful Stephanie is David Zimmerman. Hello, David.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a fist bump. A fist bump too?
Yeah, that's right. We got a nice fist bump going down, and David's
Also known as a Headstrong
the
Country Boy.
Headstrong Country Boy.
Yes.
That's a proper introduction.
That is ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, the Headstrong Country Boy. Stephanie, tell us a little bit about what's going on with David, because FTD. That's I'm sticking with that because I'm going to say it so wrong if I try to frontotemporal. It wasn't too bad.
You're doing good. Yes. Go right ahead.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on with David, our listening audience.
Well, David was first diagnosed with PPA, which is Primary Progressive Aphasia, where aphasia takes away your voice pretty much and your words, not being able to get your words out. It is a brain disease where proteins cluster together and they die and your brain shrinks, and there's no cure. There's no medicine that they can give at this time, and it's always fatal. And with pushing and getting neurologists to try to get more answers with this disease, it has progressed to called FTD, Frontotemporal Dementia, or degeneration of the frontal part of the brain, left side of the brain. And they may not understand what's going on, but they really do understand. It does not affect their memory long-term or short-term. It will give them the ability, or they will no longer be able to read, write, or speak eventually as it progresses.
So the memory and cognitive thinking is all there. It's just the ability to reply is gone to the situation, maybe, and the reading. We've been sitting here discussing this for like 20 minutes before we started the interview. So because you were informing us about it and telling us, but the reading part, I didn't remember you saying that, and that's I mean, for different people means different things, but for a lot of us to lose that's losing one of the great escapes, you know. Yeah. So
you pretty much lose everything. It takes away your whole life.
Wow.
And with Bruce Willis just now coming out with what this disease is. I mean, we are saddened that he has this, but this is a huge global awareness. It's huge, and that's what our fight is going to be, and will be, and continue to be, because this part of FTD that he has is gene related. It is not from a stroke or head injury where others will form that FTD. It'll be a part of it. Ever since this has came out with Bruce Willis, every single place that we have been to, we have one person every time tells us that someone has passed with this disease, or they have it, or have had it. And the only way that it totally is diagnosed is once you have passed and they can dissect your brain.
No.
So like to restate what you're saying, it's sad to see Bruce Willis have it. Sad to see anybody have it.
Yeah.
But it is nice to have a global face brought to it to bring awareness. As much as you hate to say it, sometimes that star power, even for bad purposes, or causes that you wish you didn't have to think about. But that's what'll help. It's sad to say that everybody should count, but he will bring more awareness to the cause for you. So
Yeah, he already has with just that announcing. We give kudos to the family also. That's a very private. This disease is a very cruel disease. Very cruel.
Now, is this something doctors are just starting to learn about, or is this something that's been around a while and we're just starting to learn about it?
That's absolutely right. It's been misdiagnosed for years.
Okay.
FTD actually was started in the late 1800s. It was known as Pick's disease, P-I-C-K, apostrophe S. And the same misdiagnosis has gone on to be, they just say it's Alzheimer's. And it's not. Alzheimer's didn't come around to 1906 to 1907. And many people have passed from this. With the Pick's disease, which is the PPA side of it, the aphasia side of your words, with that disease, it was misdiagnosed as Alzheimer's. They were given medicine for Alzheimer's, which makes it worse. They were saying it was depression, it was bipolar, because of the effects that you have from this. PPA is actually known as a disorder of the disease. It's not a disease. So when people or Bruce Willis's family came out and said that he had last year, he had aphasia. That is right. He had aphasia, and they now finally know that it's FTD. It takes every visit that we've had, it takes 5 to 6 months to get in to a doctor, to a neurologist, to get testing. And I'm going to push awareness for this, because those families that just don't know to push your health care and find out something with this, they're losing that time. With FTD, it's 3 years. It already has started, or has came about, even with the COVID and the vaccine. That is a big driver also. That is protein. I mean, it stays in your body, your cognitive and long-term push the issue on all of this.
Yeah, wow. That's a long time to wait for an appointment. So
Now,
you're saying
is that because there aren't many doctors who understand this, or why does it take so long?
There are so many people that have this.
Okay.
There are so many people that have this. He's only been seen by 2 doctors in the past 2 years, 2 neurologists. And he's only seen them once. If they don't push for testing, they just say, they know that you have PPA, and the only thing they can do is speech therapy for you, so that when he progresses, you're able to at least acknowledge these kind of items or things that they discuss in speech.
And you say the PICT has been around since like the 1800s?
The late 1800s,
So they've known about
1897.
so they've known about this since the 1800s, and it was just basically sort of mistreated for 100 years, basically.
Yeah.
It sounds like that we have possibly known someone that's had it, but maybe they've said it's dementia or something that we're not thinking that's this exact thing.
That is exactly what I was thinking, thinking about this. That means I've probably known people that had it, but it just wasn't called that. We just didn't know to call it that because we weren't educated enough on it. So, wow.
Yeah, it's huge.
So now the reason that we're talking to you isn't just to inform our listeners about this, but to also inform them that there is a benefit going on. And it is quite, I don't know who you had put this all together, but it is quite a lineup you put together here for this. So tell us a little bit, and it's March 25th, so that's, this is going to air March 9th, I'm saying. So it's March 9th today. So, that's coming up in just a couple weeks, March 25th. Tell us a little bit about it, where it's at, and who you got playing.
Well, we have it at the Bunker Hill American Legion post. We have 10 different bands. Want to talk about those bands?
Yeah. I don't know a whole bunch about a lot of the bands.
Well, a lot of the, also the part of the brain that's not affected by this is the music and dancing part of it. So when music plays a part, he plays Aaron Lewis nonstop all day long, and he can sing sentences.
And that's something.
So that is something. It's one of the things that we talked about before. That is, and we talked about it on the phone even, and it struck me. I've never heard of. I've heard of different things that your brain still deals with this portion good or that. I've never heard of this where the music, you can have trouble forming a sentence to speak, but you can sing full sentences, and the music and the dance portion of the brain not affected. And if there's a portion of your brain to have around, that's a good portion of it.
He's a big dancer also, so he's always dancing, always singing.
And you bring up Aaron Lewis.
Aaron
Lewis is the favorite of David, our headstrong country boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he, you say he was in the band Stained?
Yes,
And,
he still is.
He still is in the band
just did another
Stained. And that was a 90s rock and roll band, and has gone on to a country solo career.
Yes, yes, he does.
Yeah,
and he travels all over so much.
Well,
The country boy came from the Headstrong Country Boy came from Aaron Lewis inspired country boy song, and that's totally everything that Dave is. Everything he talks about, everything from the "Don't Tread on Me" tattoo he's got on his neck to the Lost and Lonely someone. The biggest one is this "Am I the Only One" that Aaron really pushes out there, and he said that he will play this song until he's not playing anymore. He will always play "Am I the Only One." And a verse in the song represents "I'm not the only one willing to fight," and that's what we're going to do with this disease. You know, the FTDs is find help, share hope, and ours has added this for Aaron Lewis. We are trying to get Aaron Lewis to come to our small town because that's one of his last things that he really wants. He wants to just give Aaron Lewis a hug. Yes, and there's many videos, sad as they are, but many videos of Dave singing and saying Aaron Lewis will be here. This benefit was actually inspired and was supposed to be last year. And another great player, Kenny Ziegler, was with the Borderline Band. He was with Glendale Riders Band. Very, very close friends with Jerry Price. You guys probably know him. With Kyle Greenwell. And Stephanie Rabus. He played a lot of acoustic with very good friends. He came to our house. We've known him for 25 years, and he came to actually check on Dave and stay the night and do jam at our house. His family was all there at our house. And we danced. He sang all of his songs. And that next morning, this was on 9/11, the morning of 9/11, he had a massive heart attack in our home and passed. And the empathy that David has lost because of this disease has came back with Kenny, with Kenny's loss. And he sings all the Aaron Lewis songs. When Kenny was at our house just before we went to jam that night, the night before, we had 6 Aaron Lewis songs. Country Boy was one. All of them that that Dave would be able to have played at the benefit. And when Kenny got to the Everybody Talks to God with Aaron Lewis song, he got very emotional, walked out of the room. And he came back in the room and said, Dave, I want you to write in your own handwriting the lyrics to all of these songs that we had laid out. And because they lose that ability to write, they can read still. And he said, when you write these lyrics, I'm going to learn every one of those 6 songs and I'm going to play them at your benefit. And then I'm going to cherish these handwritten lyrics until the day I die. And that next morning is when he passed. And Kenny?
Now, Dave, does he play guitar?
He does a little, and he does when he's playing with Aaron Lewis or when Special Ed is playing or any of the bands. He also plays the drums.
Oh, nice.
You still shoot a gun?
Yeah, he just shot his. He shot his last one was an 11-point buck. He just got in November.
Nice.
Very long yardage. Yeah. Yeah. And one of them is a granddaddy's gun, and you pass your gun on that Aaron Lewis sings to your grandchildren, and that's one of the things he'll do.
Now, for the folks not watching the video, you guys got merch on. You got shirts that I guess you're going to be selling at the benefit.
Yes.
It's just to describe it. People watching the videos, you can see them, you know what's going on. But to the people in radio land, it's like an American flag with purple stripes instead of blue, and it says on the top, on the first white line, it says hashtag Aaron Lewis. Headstrong Country Boy. Aaron Lewis, Headstrong Country Boy. Hashtag Aaron Lewis, Headstrong Country Boy. Second white line says hashtag Headstrong Country Boy. Next one says David Zimmerman. Then there's a big fat one, just wider, not big, but a little wider. It says, I'm not the only one willing to fight, which is the lyrics from the song we've been talking about.
Am I the only one?
And then another one says, find help, share hope. And then the last one, www.theaftd.org. So it's www.theaftd.org.
Yes, it's the Association for Frontotemporal Dementia.
There it is.
That's the huge awareness use site. And that they also cover Alzheimer's side also. I mean, any of the brain disorders also.
Man, so there you go. So let's get over to Special Ed and find out who's going to be playing at this March 25th.
Well, from what I understand, Pigpen, they got City Heats coming out. Now, see, I haven't seen a whole lot of these bands.
Okay, all right.
And I've never seen Borderline, but I hear they're really good.
You were in for a treat if you haven't seen
Really? I've never seen them.
Borderline is a number of them are from Bunker Hill, so they know all of us, and it's very.
That's
you just
great.
had them on with us 2-3 weeks back.
That's great. Seeing more bands doing more good things for people.
Oh yeah.
So they just sold out 2 shows at the VFW, Friday and Saturday night.
My band's never sold out anything anywhere. We play for
You guys aren't sold out. You guys are hardcore.
We do. We play for nothing, man. Beer and brats, baby.
It's worth your music.
I'm hiring you and getting rid of
Like bar mitzvahs.
Your first gig's March 9th with us.
We're in.
He's not going to be here. I know.
Jupiter Kings are playing. Now, who are these guys? You guys know who the Jupiter Kings are? Have you ever interviewed those guys?
So Jay Lipe is the lead singer, and he just put that group together.
Really?
But Jay Lipe went to school with Dave, so they're the same in the same class and everything. As soon as I had asked or mentioned it, I'm on board on every one of these bands.
And I just love the title of this band. Where's Dave?
So Where's Dave?
I like that.
Dave's not here.
Where's Dave is an amazing friends of ours, Greg Briskovich.
That's great. I love that name. Where's Dave?
They're good, and his other partners, Jim Clark. Some people know Jim also, and his wife and daughter all sing in the band.
Wow,
also.
family band.
But
That's
Where's
cool.
Dave is actually their cat.
Oh, nice.
It's a black and white cat, and it went up on the mic and would start doing that. And they came up with this. Even though we're good friends with them, it's not after Dave.
No, I thought it was like,
they
where's
named
Dave?
it because of Dave Matthews.
All right, Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
Now this
I was
acoustic.
thinking Cheech and Chong.
Oh, yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
our Dave, man?
Dave's not here.
And all right, that's
No,
definitely.
no, man. I'm Dave, man.
No, man.
No, man. Dave's not here, man. Now this acoustic band. Didn't you say that was your son, Jake and Eric?
Yeah, Jake Zimmerman and Eric. Jake had a number of bands. Bonneville was one of them. Blackwater Basin was one
Black
of them.
Creek Hollow.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
that was that's
Sorry,
the last one.
My nephew, Joe Wilson. You know.
Yes, and yes.
I got to jam with him.
Oh,
Your
nice.
son.
Yeah, he said that he knew you.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said he
I was
interviewed
over there
and knew
one
both of
day.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the great people.
You know, Pig was asking me about this band, Live Music.
Oh,
Nice.
great man.
Yeah.
I go see
I
it.
see them playing all the
I
time.
know, man. They're everywhere,
You
dude.
have to go live to see him, though.
Yeah, you gotta
Right.
go live. And then, of course, my buddy Gabby.
Oh,
He's everywhere. That guy, he's like horse manure. He's all over.
Just played the Jam Jam.
Well,
Yeah.
played it. Yeah,
Yeah.
just played it.
he's
Yeah,
going to do
just
that.
played it.
And Gabby's really good friends with one of our friends, Johnny Odell.
Oh,
Johnny
yeah.
Odell has really helped us out with the loss of Kenny. And he is side by side with Dave 24. I mean, not 24/7, but anything. He understands and doesn't treat him any different. And
You shouldn't treat him
it's
any
amazing.
different. He's no different than anybody else.
He is not.
He still needs to be hugged and told we love him. And yeah,
I've been making advances under the table, and he keeps dodging them. So
I
I
can't
wonder-
blame him.
It's me that you're hitting.
Oh.
That's why he's not doing
He just said it was him.
I wouldn't want to be a buck out in the woods.
I wouldn't either.
around.
Not either.
No,
Just drop
his
it
last
right
one he
on the
dropped
mouth.
it pretty far.
Now, Gabby, he's all over. And then the Backyard Blues Band, which is my band,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're putting on the Jam.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good thing. Now, what does CPRT stand for?
That is the initials of every one of these. Ron Howard is who we contact, and I think you guys have known him.
Happy
They've had-
Days, Ron Howard?
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
going to
Yeah.
be there, and the Fonz.
Same guy.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Fonzie.
Director of Spinal Tap.
Man, you
Yeah.
better bring Laverne Shirley with
You're
him.
talking
Sorry.
tripwire, Ron
Yes,
Howard?
Yeah.
that's correct.
Yeah.
So they actually made up this band, not made them up, but it's the initials out of each of their first of their names.
Okay.
So the name won't ring a bell, but
Jake.
the singers, yeah, our son Jake.
Yep.
And then the doppelganger, we've seen those guys around, and they're always volunteering their time.
Are they
Oh,
always
yes.
good too? Are they
Yes,
good too?
they're
I've never
good.
see. I don't get out.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of these bands.
Get out to Wood River.
Oh well, yeah, I might get out. I go to
Down to
Wood River. Yeah, it's a
Marcus,
whole
I've seen you down
whole 7 blocks, 10 blocks from my house. That's a long way to go for music, pal.
You know,
Oh,
See some
close
good
to the
bands.
Union Hall. You know.
Yeah.
Yep, that's close to where I work. Nothing wrong with that. Now,
Exactly.
yeah,
the
Russ,
great 338. Let's
Right.
get that in there. The Labor Hall.
Russ Kramer in the band actually did the album for our son's band when they were Bonneville. He kind of produced all of that with them.
Okay.
And as soon as he found out too, he's like, "We're in." There was many others that wanted to. We were like, "Oh wait, time restraint. This is just amazing."
It is.
And we just had Ed on talking. It's this one airs on March 9th about his benefit for Jamie McPeak. And
Yes.
we talked about how often Kenny McPeak volunteers his time.
So what's he
Yeah.
doing now,
Right
man?
here.
Whiskey River
Yeah.
Band,
There
Kenny's
they are.
band. There they are.
Yes.
You know, playing on Sundays. I didn't even meet this gentleman until about a month or two ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And
Very Lewis.
he's heard me play and he really enjoyed it. And Stephanie introduced us and gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek, and never met him before. And I was like, wow. And then she explained what was going on with him, and I fell in love with him, man. He's got such a love for life. And from what I'm told, from what she told me and what I've read about the disease, it pretty much takes everything away from a guy like him that he enjoyed doing so much, like working on cars and going deer hunting and working on electrical stuff and building things. And now it's just depleting him of that. So it's got to be just horrible for him, just horrible, debilitating disease. And really, there's nothing that anyone can do for him, you know.
Well, there's nothing we can do but support him and keep loving him and
Yes.
keep treating him the way he is. But I want to bring up a point that we talked about before the show. That
11-point buck.
it's an 11-point buck.
He did. With the longbow.
It's the idea that when some people go through dementia or FTD or any of this, they end up just the negativity pours out of them, and it's almost Tourette's syndrome at some level comes with it. But Dave here, the headstrong country boy, is just pouring the love out.
Oh yeah.
And that's the part of him that is sticking with him, and it makes me tingle just to say it. I get goosebumps because that's beautiful.
Yes.
Because if there's any part of you want to hold on till the end, it's the love. Yeah, that the hate just eats us up. So I'm glad to hear that he hugs people and gives guys like Special Ed here a kiss, because Special Ed needs a
I
kiss
do.
more than most
Every
of
once
us.
in a while,
He
man.
keeps kissing him on the forehead.
Yeah,
and
kiss me on the
He
cheek,
does
kiss me
a
on the
kiss on the
forehead.
forehead.
Tells me he loves me. You know, I don't get that from you.
Yeah.
I don't get it from him. Do like Dennis. I get that from him? No, I don't get nothing.
He
No,
may
but if
want
I-
more than that, Ed.
I was gonna say, let's just say this: if I grab a hold of your leg and start to town, just let me finish. It's the best thing.
I think I've made it perfectly clear. We're gonna have to see other people.
I just wanted to bring up the fact that the love is still pouring out,
Yeah.
and that's a beautiful thing.
And I
He's
think
never
it's
met a
beautiful.
stranger. It's like when he meets you, he's known you his whole life. You know, he just walks up, hugs you, kisses you on the cheek, tells you I love you.
And we have.
Yeah.
See, that's the
It's
thing.
just amazing.
We
It's
probably have. And,
It really is.
let's see.
We've
Alton High, class 1988, 89.
88.
88.
Mhm.
All right, I was 89. You were one, I was guessing you were right around my age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I bet we
You ever
went to school
smoked
together.
cigarettes with him in the pit?
I'm sure he did. Oh, yes.
He did.
He was
Cigarettes,
quite,
Wacky cigarettes.
Yeah,
Roll
yeah.
cigarettes.
he was quite, yeah. He was
Yeah.
very
Nothing wrong with that.
Always had to burn one with the pickup truck.
It's legal
before you
now.
get into
Right.
class.
And we're finding more and more that it's
It
helping
is.
things. So,
It's
you
helping
know,
everything.
Yeah.
It's helped me since 1984.
well.
Whether it was legal or not, it helped me.
Helped me for
So there you go.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that smoking pit, though. don't they?
Yeah. I told my kids the tale of it. They're like, "Man, no way, that's real." Yeah. So did we get all the bands? I don't want to
Yeah.
leave anybody out.
I'm sure we did.
No, yeah.
All the bands on the
That is
sheet in front of me.
there's one that was missing, and that's Aaron Lewis. And Aaron Lewis is out there listening right now.
Yeah.
Aaron, you're out there somewhere in Radio Land listening to this. This is worldwide on the web. I'm sure this is going to make it to you.
I can't think of a bigger fan.
Give us a call.
Yeah.
Just get a hold of us, and
You gotta
we're going to
meet
make
this
this
cat.
happen.
Gotta meet him.
This is a make a wish one.
So just get a hold of us and reach out to the station here. Reach out to all of us. We will.
That's a good point. There are places you can reach out to donate if you can't make it to the benefit, right? Like C&B Bank.
Yeah, CMB Bank
Is
does
that
it.
in Bunker Hill, right?
There's
All
three
of them?
locations. Yeah, it can be at any location under the Dave Zimmerman fund.
Right?
Yes.
And do you guys have anywhere like a Facebook or something where people can go find information?
Headstrong Country Boy is the Facebook. Yes.
That's easy to remember. Headstrong Country Boy. I signed up for that today.
Yes.
I
Yes,
did
you
too.
did. I saw the tag. You'll see the videos on that tag. Yes. Our
As a country boy can survive.
that's right.
Got a shotgun rifle and a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. Yeah. Driving an Alice Convert. Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
you need, right? You
Absolutely.
can skin a fish, you can run a trout line.
See, he knows the verses, so he's gonna sing it
I
with you
mean, one of
there.
the greatest songs ever.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I hear it, I'm like, take your politics and run with them, folks, because I'm going to be fishing.
All right.
I'm going to live because of that.
And I'll tell you, we not only support all of the bands and local bands, but anywhere Dave goes, he will play on the jukebox, on the iTunes, at least $60 worth of Aaron Lewis music, and I'm not lying. Every time,
Okay.
Donnie O'Dell
Aaron
owns.
Lewis needs to get it.
So-
Aaron does. Where are you, Aaron
So
Lewis?
Aaron, You just heard what
Yes.
heard what the beautiful Stephanie said.
That is
$60
Come
of your
on here,
music every
man.
time, and it's not even about you getting the 12 cents out of the $60 for the plays. It's about all the people he's turning on to your music that are at these
Yes.
places.
And they
man.
know he's going to be playing it.
Yeah.
March 25th. Come on, man. Just show up.
So.
March 25th.
I'm sure they can work you into the bill.
Right.
Oh wait, it's going to be tight.
I'll
It's gonna
play
be,
with
there's going to be tight, Aaron.
I will. I'll
He's
play with
waited till the
anybody.
last-
I don't care.
He's waited a little bit late, so he's going to have to go early, probably. Now,
Well,
Aaron Pauls.
I saw a big break in. Well, he plays the day before, and then he's free then,
That's
and he
okay.
doesn't play again until April. We've been monitoring it,
Nearby?
watching it.
Nearby, does he play?
I think it's for Florida or Texas.
That's close
I
enough.
mean, he still can fly.
Close enough for a
Yeah.
country boy.
I got his own plane.
And
I would think.
I would
Maybe.
think charter
Yeah.
at
As
least.
many streams as Dave gives him?
I know.
Sure.
Dave's
It's
$60 every time he goes someplace. Jeez,
he takes
Louise.
his speaker because we downloaded his albums and everything legally. Downloaded everything, but he will, and he'll be able
He's
to
listening to it right. He just turned it on right now.
He does.
We said the name Aaron Lewis too much, and he could not
He
hear the
could not
music.
hear the
He said,
music.
"I have to hear the music right now."
Aaron Lewis, he's playing your music right now during a radio interview. Unbelievable. This guy's really dedicated to you, pal. You really need to get a hold of him.
Call me at 555. No, yeah, reach out and get a hold of us, Aaron.
Aaron Lewis, Headstrong Country Boy.
I know this is going to go far.
He's one of our subscribers, right?
Didn't you say something about Tommy Carlos was involved somehow?
It was.
We love Tommy.
Well, yes, he's very good friends with Kenny Ziegler. The
Okay.
two of them were way back young age, and Kenny Ziegler is actually the one that got him to start Borderline Christmas for Toys for
okay.
Tots.
Yes.
So he's been coming every year. He has other obligations, so he can't make this one. He was going to try the first one that Kenny arranged, but we couldn't.
Does he know? Does he know Aaron Lewis?
He does not, but he knows Hootie, he knows Darius Rucker, and he knows all these people that he can get him.
He's wrote so many songs. He might have wrote one for Aaron Lewis.
He hasn't yet. Blake Shelton and
Yeah, the list is amazing.
Montgomery Gentry song, Roll With Me. Yeah. Tommy is amazing too. And
I think he just
when
went
he-
over 1 million streams on his.
He did.
Yeah.
he did. And it's even going higher right now.
Yeah. That's
He's an
awesome.
amazing soul. Everybody is.
Yeah. Yeah.
In here.
And then there's Billy Hurst. Would he know him?
Yes.
Would he know Aaron
He
Lewis?
might. You just
We're
never know.
reaching out to all our
I
friends
mean,
out there. That can
I
help
should look
out
through my
right
phone.
now.
I might know Aaron Lewis. I didn't look through my phone. I
See, he's
don't
on your
even know.
speed dial.
Yeah.
Did he go to Alton High? Was he in the smoking?
Was he in the smoking pit? Because if he was in the smoking pit, I know him.
He definitely
Yeah.
was in the smoking pit.
Right.
Yes.
You guys have
Yes.
seen Aaron Lewis live several times. too.
Yeah.
We have. We actually, I took my kids
Whoa.
last to the concert. So while he still is able to
Mm.
sing, and it was wonderful. And then a friend off of Facebook bought us tickets up to Peoria. We just went on Sunday, and the hopes were to maybe VIP and at least him meet him because
Yeah.
his big thing is he'll say it. I want to give him a big old hug.
Oh yeah.
And
Wow.
after the concert, it took all I could do to stop him from going down the side steps. He knew, and he
Wow.
just kept telling me no. And I'm like, you cannot do this.
He might be able to. I've got backstage a few times just by walking and acting like I knew I belonged.
Yeah, just act like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Aaron Lewis.
I was hoping he came out after the show. A lot of guys do that, you know. So.
Right. Well, and that's what we thought too. But we did also just find where Kenny Ziegler had moved to, Kenny and Heather, down in West Plains. They're a few miles out of town from West Plains. He booked a show on June 1st for West Plains.
Yeah.
So we believe that Kenny Ziegler had a hand in that, and we pre-ordered tickets,
Nice.
and we have fourth row.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if not, he will at least maybe get a pick or something from him. But we are going to make sure
That'd
that
be
he has the
ironic.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Maybe somebody will say, hey, they're talking about you on YouTube.
Yeah.
You want to check this video out.
Now that we got Ed on the show, man, our views went way up.
I'm sure
Our
they will.
subscriptions
I think you
doubled.
broke a record.
Yeah, really?
I ain't kidding. We had almost
I watched it like 20 times.
Yeah, it
at
was
least.
over 600 views. It was one
Wow,
of the biggest
600.
ones we ever had, like in a week, that much response.
Well, I'll tell you what,
That's
we're
the
gonna.
fastest we've
we're
ever
gonna
toppled
push
the
it.
500 mark, I think. I don't know. I'm just saying that because he did. I don't
Well,
know.
I'm quite popular.
Yeah, well,
We're going to push this one also because we this is genetic driven. So being genetics and not brain injury or stroke, our children have a 1 in 2 chance of having it. And until until you know the test of what actual protein that you have in your body, or gene, I'm sorry, we can't get into clinical research or anything until that results are back. And that's why it also takes that long.
Really?
But I want to say that with the Bruce Willis's family and coming out, and their last one was that they are focusing now on live as full of a life as possible for Bruce, and that is totally true. Don't judge anyone else's shoes, because it's not what you think, and it's not your shoes to be walking in.
Yeah.
let's check out this list of performers again for March 25th in Bunker Hill, right at the Legion.
American Legion, yep.
Down at the Legion. You got Bubbles.
Yeah, well,
They don't have bubbles, but he's been drinking down at the Legion.
Ooh. Might like
Okay.
it there.
Just kidding. City Heat, CPRT, Borderline,
Yeah.
the Jupiter Kings, Doppelganger, Where's Dave, Jake and Eric, Gabby, the Backyard Blues Band. Those guys.
I've heard of those guys
Yeah.
before somewhere, but I don't remember where.
Yeah.
I think I was reading about them on the back of a cereal box this morning.
Yeah.
That's my band.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
I think,
He's in the room.
I think it was your harmonica.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
think it was your
strong
harmonica.
country boy,
Harmonica.
David Zimmerman.
Checking out the back of the
Yeah.
shirt. Now, can people buy these shirts somewhere?
yeah, they're on pre-sale now, so that we'll have them at the benefit, and then we're going to sell them at the benefit as well.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the snake with the "Don't Tread on Me," or the other one is a big antler, because he's a huge hunter. Huge. We have
We
about
heard
6
about that.
heads in our
Nice.
house, at least.
You
A
got room for
coyote.
more, I hope.
Yeah, well, we just did a European mount. They just got it back. Jeff Johnson
Oh.
did his European mount.
Is that
for
the
him.
11 point?
That is the 11
Okay,
point bug.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a big one.
If you guys ever have chili, I'll come by.
Oh, we do, dear chili. Oh, yes, we do.
Always looking for food, yeah.
I just want to say
You
real
and your
fast,
avocados.
my band's willing to play a benefit. If there's anybody out there that wants us to play a benefit for them, just get a hold of me. If we can get everybody together, we'd be more than
Yeah.
happy to come out and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than happy to play.
Me and you.
Me and you, buddy.
All right.
We got
The
this.
musicians always come out.
Yeah,
It's
that's something
always
we've been talking
yeah.
about
They
for
do.
10 years, why it's important for you to support local music and art. And the main reason is because when it comes time to support your cause,
That's
the
who's gonna do
musicians
it.
are going to be the first ones to belly up and say, yeah, I'll give you my time, no problem.
Yeah.
And we'll have a good time and we'll raise some money and everybody will be happy.
David and Stephanie are coming to Jameis benefit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I got my
Yeah.
band.
So, yeah,
I got my band.
Absolutely.
You guys doing well?
a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of
Good
fun.
time.
A lot of fun.
So this is March 25th, Bunker Hill Legion. I'm sure we'll have some links and stuff. Is there an event out there on Facebook?
Yeah.
There is, yes,
Yeah.
we just put it out today.
Okay, so we'll link all that up to the video, and so that'll be in the description, and it'll be at cottonmouth.org too, if that's what you're familiar doing. Go in there and get your information, and we'll have it up there too. So there you go.
There you go, and that again, March
What's the
25th. Go
capacity?
ahead and finish did we finish the list of the bands?
Yeah,
I
we
can't
finished
remember.
it.
Did we get them all?
I don't know if I mentioned Gabby and the
Yeah.
Whiskey River Band.
Gabby and the
And
Whiskey
you
River.
didn't
We kind of
say
stopped on
Doppelganger either.
I think I did.
Or Pigpen's favorite live music.
No,
Right.
those guys are so
They
good.
are.
Acoustic's good too.
Yeah.
He kind of likes TBD, but all our favorites free beer.
Yep.
That's his favorite band.
Chicken and beer,
We
baby.
will have that.
Free beer tomorrow.
We also have Gavillos donating the meat, the
Okay.
pulled pork. That's a huge thing. They are very big supporters for benefits as
You
well.
got a bake sale too, don't you?
We have a bake sale. We have a live auction, silent auction, and raffles and bake sale.
I'm all about the bakes.
And there's a big
I like to get
wine
back to
and-
the sale.
wine and whiskey pull. And
What is that exactly?
Wine and whiskey pool is donated wine and donated whiskey or booze, pretty
Right.
much. And there's corks that are numbered for each
Yeah.
of them, and you pay $30 for a bottle or $40 for whiskey, and you pull a bottle and you get that bottle. So you technically get
Oh,
things
okay.
back, but since the donations from wineries or kind-hearted people, it just
You're getting a bottle of whiskey for a good price, and you're still donating the money because
Yes.
the whiskey has been donated. So
yes,
it's a win-win-win situation
Yeah.
it
here.
does.
Everybody walks with something nice.
Yeah.
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 Now, the gun raffle,
Yeah, the gun raffle. We're gonna have. We don't know the gun yet. We'll find out this week
Oh.
what kind of gun that is, but that'll be there on site, of course. There's also a booze wagon and a cooler, frosted frog cooler, which is just like a Yeti that's full of alcohol. That will be doing as well, and 50-50.
you can't go wrong with coolers and wheelbarrows full of alcohol.
Oh no,
Oh, I can go
That's a
wrong with that.
big draw.
Every time I get a wheelbarrow full of alcohol, something goes wrong. What do you mean?
But it's a big draw.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the American Legion, we are going to have tents outside because as you asked, the capacity is like 300 or 350,
Okay.
Wow.
only in that part of it. So our
Overflow is welcome.
we will have our three tapper beer wagon outside also to help the main bar at the American
Nice.
Legion because
Nice.
there's going to be a ton of rednecks with Zimmerman.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, because you guys are from Bunker Hill, right?
We are. I'm born and raised in Bunker Hill. He
Okay.
came in, but I mean, we met when I was 15, so
Right.
long time.
Right. And any insight on some silent auction items that might be out there?
I know right now. I don't know if it's silent or the main auction, but we have Jim Kramer had a bumper to the Bigfoot monster truck signed by every driver of that. We have that.
That look good on your wall.
Yeah, it.
Put it on the back of my van.
We have a fire pit. We have a number of Blues and Cardinals
Nice.
tickets, of course,
Yes.
so far. But there's
Cardinal, man.
There you go.
Some people are.
White Sox, come on, all the way.
no
Wait, I'm the
Cubbies.
weird guy in the room. That's right.
You're not talking Cubbies, are you?
No, I'm Southsider.
Oh,
Chicago Hitman.
I like that black and white.
If you say you're Southside right now, that means associate to me because I've been doing the Outsiders thing all weekend with my daughter. So
You know I'm a fan of
Southside
Fred Bird,
socials.
though. You're witness to that.
you punched Fred Bird in the beak. Is what I
High Fred
remember.
Bird.
You got up and started dancing. You smacked him right in the beak. Is what I saw. Now
I was trying to give him a
I,
hug, Ed. I swear.
yeah,
I know the feeling.
He seen my black shirt and he reacted.
It
uh-oh.
happens.
Yeah.
Did
We
he
actually
beak
went to
you? He
college
didn't
with
beak you, did he?
we went to college with the guy that played Fred Bird.
it was one. Yeah, it was one of the guys.
Jared Henning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I went to high school with the guy whose brother was Fred Bird at one time.
Okay.
He had the head stolen out of his car.
Oh man, can you imagine that showing up the next day with no head?
It's hard to explain that one to the boss, man.
Feels like I've done it. a
And
few
that's
times.
why he wasn't Fred Bird anymore.
He was Fred Bird for quite some time.
And that's-
Small world.
So there you go, man. It's this has been a very informative episode of our show. I usually learn nothing on this show.
I usually learn nothing when I listen to your show.
that's twice as much as what I learned.
Come on, man. He always knows where the Backyard Blues Band is playing from listening to it.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know that. He calls me every now
Usually
and
in the
then.
backyard.
Right.
That's why we're in a backyard blues band.
Kenny McPeak Shed.
That's where it started for me
sure.
anyway.
For sure.
Kenny Shed, believe it or not. Pat Berrigan, Kenny, and Chris Melvin. God rest his
Wow,
soul.
yeah.
Oh,
Chris and
There you
Pat
go.
both are gone. But
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
those were a couple of guys right there.
Yeah.
Man.
Good time.
Chris
Throw
is,
me and Kenny in the mix and woo, he had
yeah.
to force them there now.
Yeah.
Chris was one of those guys that put out a lot of music. He wrote a lot of different styles of music. He wasn't just
He
a
can
one-trick
play.
pony, man.
He can play.
Yeah, good dude.
Yep.
There you go, man. So, wow. So there we go. We have, once again, Stephanie Zimmerman the beautiful Stephanie.
Yeah.
We've got the beautiful David, one handsome gentleman over there.
Headstrong Cowboy.
AKA the Headstrong Cowboy.
Still picking off 11-point bucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And of course back for the second out of many appearances to come. Soon to take my place. But
Try it anyway.
I'm just going to call him Special Ed.
That's cool. That's what I like.
Let it go.
That's what I like.
Special Ed. So and his friend Peanut not with him, but
No, Peanut's not here now,
but
man.
that's all right. Peanut's not with us.
I was going to bring him, but he's getting ready for the gig, so.
Well, I get it.
You make him work out or something?
No,
You got him working with old
no.
Wayne Adams?
No. Oh my God, Wayne there would be nothing left on the floor but a puddle with Peanut.
Just a little
With over
globular.
Wayne. Just a puddle. Where's Peanut? Well, that's all that's left of it.
Peanut
right
oil,
there.
that's all
Yeah,
that's left.
peanut oil, exactly. Peanut butter. Wayne would wear him out.
Yeah,
so-
where's most of them out?
Yep.
Well, I want to thank you all for being on. Well, actually, anything else you want to bring up? I'm cutting you off here, and I don't know what
Did I bring up an 11-point buck?
You have not.
Yeah.
You have not
Several
brought.
times.
You have not brought that up once, and I think we should discuss it one more time.
I want to go fishing like crazy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he likes that too.
I want to get
Not
out
me.
there.
I want to drink some whiskey.
Well, you can fish
Yeah.
and drink whiskey.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
fishing sober is like hunting sober. It just
Yeah.
don't sound
All
fun.
fishing is a jerk on one end, waiting for a jerk on the
Oh,
other. That's
man.
about it.
What you talking about?
I love to fish,
I
but that's
love
not
to eat
fish.
fish. I love to eat fish.
He loves Reds, is what he's saying. Reds is in our small town.
Red's Tavern.
Red's
That's
Town.
Johnny O'Dell's.
Red's Tavern,
Johnny
that's
O'Dell.
right.
A
Yeah.
sage
Johnny
house.
O'Dell's.
And the Sage House.
Right.
Yes. And
Connected.
that's where they get all of their money from the music that Dave plays there.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
That's where all the
Yeah.
strings
That's
are
why the
coming
Aaron Lewis
Yeah.
from.
music is
Yeah.
getting played
If
at.
you, if you did a surrounding and it was Aaron Lewis, it's because he's there. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
Aaron Lewis's manager's like, we've got a hot spot in Bunker Hill, Illinois.
Yeah,
We need to set up a
Yeah.
show there.
they need to.
Yeah.
He needs to come to Bunker Hill.
I don't know how sophisticated these jukeboxes are today, but if I go to a jukebox now and I see Aaron Lewis as a #1 played artist, I'm like, Dave's been here.
You will.
Yeah.
And that's absolutely true. And you can play it anywhere you're at. You can play in any place from your app on the phone.
Yeah.
So you
I
can
love you
still
too, buddy.
send
It's no
somebody
longer-
a little message.
It's no longer just what records are in this machine. It's what can this machine access out there on the web. You can play just about anything.
Anything.
Yes,
Which,
A lot of good music out there.
that is a good thing.
absolutely.
So, well, hey, thanks for coming down and educating us on FTD a bit, and just for hanging out, just for coming down and letting us see your smiling faces. And even though you brought Ed along with you, I'm not going to hold it against you. I know he's done it
Somebody's
for my
got to bring
show.
me along.
So, and best of luck on March 25th. Everybody, get out. It's the Bunker Hill American Legion. You're talking about.
That's Aaron Lewis we're talking.
Yes.
You're talking. There's a 90% chance Aaron Lewis is going to be there after this
Well,
show.
absolutely.
It's
You'd
gone.
be crazy not to show up. You know how much merch you would move that day?
Not only that,
absolutely.
can you imagine him
His
showing up
songs are
there?
on here.
Everybody'd be like, Aaron showed up. This is
I'll
awesome.
sit
Let's
in with him
buy.
if he
Let's
shows
buy.
up.
Yeah.
I'll jam with him. I'm sure somebody will sit in with
It'll
him
be
and jam
profitable
with him.
for you, Aaron. No problem.
Yeah.
It
It'd be a
definitely
good time for you, Aaron. Come on.
I was going to say more than profitable. This is going to be a good time, and you're going to get at least 3 songs out of this experience. You're going to go away with 3 new hit songs, Aaron. I'm prophesizing that to you. So if you're out there,
I have to put Aaron Lewis in the title of this video.
Not only that, but you get to meet Dave Zimmerman and his lovely wife Stephanie. But that's the
Yeah.
whole thing, meeting Dave.
Where's Dave?
Where's the
Where's
where's
not
the-
here,
He's
man.
not here, man.
Greg's gonna love this. He's gonna love how they're really good too.
Well, again, everybody, it's March 25th. It's the Bunker Hill American Legion. How much is it to get in?
$15.
15? Are you
Yes.
kidding me for all those bands?
Wow.
And it's raising money.
Yes.
Yeah,
There'll
okay,
be
so
plenty of other
listen,
things they
so
can-
they're only going to ask you for 15. I'm telling you, give 20, 25 when you get there. They're only going to ask for 15 though. So if you only got 15, that's fine. But for those of you who got 20, just throw the 20 down, man. It's for a good cause. A lot of really good bands and done for a beautiful man, Mr. Dave Zimmerman. Headstrong Country Boy.
Yeah.
Headstrong Country Boy.
Yeah.
and go out and watch him have a good time and smile and dance.
Or stop by one of the CNB bank locations. You can donate there if you can't make it that day. So
Yeah.
There is a Venmo that's set up also. Headstrong Country Boy.
Venmo?
Is a Venmo. Mhm.
Okay, and now we can probably find that on the event or something.
Yep,
page,
it's on every site.
So
It's
there's-
scanned code.
So there you go.
Yeah, that code thing. I forgot about that.
The QR code.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
so that's the other thing that to mention again is Headstrong Country Boys, the Facebook page. There's
Yes.
an event. So if you're driving right now and you're like, what were they talking about? March 84th? I don't even know what the date.
25th.
Yeah, and it's March 25th. But just go to the Facebook page and you can find out all the right
That's cool.
information. And Facebook will correct everything I've said wrong. So I'm hoping.
They are
So-
on Instagram as well, but Bruce Willis is on Instagram. Their family is actually on Instagram. So
there you go.
Mhm.
And
that's Headstrong Country Boy too.
it is a good chance to just have a good night and to enjoy yourself, see a bunch of good bands, be around a bunch of good people, and do it all for a good cause. So big thanks again to Stephanie Zimmerman for coming down.
Thank you.
And Dave, thanks for coming down. Beautiful to meet you.
Oh, he's gonna show us.
He-
That's the
It's
butt?
Kenny's Angel Wings.
No, it's
Oh, there you go. The cloud wings.
Yeah.
So
we,
there.
Yeah, we went down to.
I got it at home.
Yeah.
Also, thanks to Ed, Special Ed,
Yeah.
for coming back. Thanks, buddy.
I'll be back again, man.
Oh, I know. I won't be here then because you're gonna replace me.
No, that's all right. I wouldn't take your job, Pigpen. I'm not near
we
the guy
need
you
to
are.
thank Ed for turning us on to this event because I wouldn't
Yes.
have known about it if it wasn't
Yes.
for Ed saying, "Hey, here's
Oh,
a
yes.
benefit."
We're thankful.
It's the least I could do after meeting him and getting to know him, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, this is just promoting original music and benefits are two things that we.
Yeah.
I mean, we will promote absolutely anything in music or art because it's just cool. But when it comes to the original music, it's hard for people writing original music to get it out there, and benefits just need to be promoted. And this somehow, Dennis here, I'll give him all the credit. He's great at running the Cottonmouth.org. He puts together these huge lists of bands that play every weekend, and he usually knows this stuff, but somehow it hadn't hit our radar, this
No.
particular benefit. So thanks to you for spreading the love there.
it's all right.
Also, big thanks to our sponsors, Halpin
Yeah,
Music
those guys.
Company and Matt Van Boers. They make it possible for us to come in here and jack around like this every week.
Almost 10 years now.
How many
Wow.
years?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Halpin's
really?
been with us, and Matt's probably about a year or so behind them.
Yeah.
So
And Matt Van Boris
Yeah.
with Stubblefield.
Yes,
that's
yes,
it.
that's
Yeah.
right.
So we are good friends with Matt, and,
Oh, he's gonna love
he's
this,
already
then.
called. Yeah, he already talked to us the other day
Yeah,
about it. He's an amazing.
he is an
so
okay
so
guy and
Halpin's
a
too.
handsome gent.
A hands-
So, oh,
yes.
man, I can't keep my
Yes.
hands off him when he's in here.
I wondered if you were kicking his bare feet at him and stuff too. I'm sure you were.
I like his dog.
Yeah.
I like his dog Rascal,
Uh
the three-legged lab.
Yeah.
Just saying.
There you go. So big thanks again to Matt Van Boers. Who do you want to throw out for Matt since he lets us sponsor whoever? Mr. Donuts?
This benefit, March
There you go.
25th
That's
at
right.
the Legion.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank
Matt Van Boers is sponsoring the benefit as of right now.
Yes.
Big thanks to him and Halpin for sponsoring the show and letting us do this every week. Everybody get down March 25th, Bunker Hill American Legion, see all these great bands and chip in a little money for a much needed cause that doesn't get enough support. So, and other than that, what are we going to do?
Country Boy.
Headstrong Country.
Headstrong
That's what you look up.
Aaron Lewis.
And
Hashtag.
in addition to all this stuff that I've told you to do already, do one thing for sure.
Go to Aaron Lewis's Instagram page and send him lots of messages.
There you go. Go first go to Aaron Lewis's Instagram and say you need to be a part of this and just flood that. And then finally,
That'd be fun.
And if
Get
you're
out.
watching this on YouTube,
Yeah.
get a hold of this guy
crazy.
right here. Come on, dude. He wants to meet you. He's a
I
good
know.
man.
I know.
He needs
I
your
know.
help.
Well, he does that thing where he looks at the camera and talks to it like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
on
you
the
have
office,
to,
like
you know?
awkward.
I want his job. I want to get it.
Yeah. You don't want to be me.
I
You
don't
might
want
want
your
my
job.
you might want my
I don't
job.
want
and
your
you-
job.
And you can have it, but you don't want to be
just
me.
playing.
That's for
I'd
sure.
love to see Ed interview some of them wrestlers.
I would love to see Ed interview anybody.
I would.
He's
He'll do
intense.
it.
I would
He's
really like
intense.
to. I would really like to play more benefits, though, man.
Yeah.
Even if my guys can't, if somebody needs a harmonica player, I'd love to sit in and play anytime.
And
If you want
again,
my band, my guys can make it. I'd love
again,
to
the
do it.
musicians are always willing
Love to do it.
to help. So,
Really would.
all right,
I don't
everybody.
even know if I ask you if there's anywhere we can find out about the Backyard Blues Band. If you guys don't do Facebook,
No,
and
we
stuff
don't.
Like
I'm
that.
not on Facebook. We're not on anything like that. Every once in a while, we play down at Martin's, but mostly we've been playing just benefits. It's more of a retirement thing with all of us. So
Yeah.
when we all retire, then we're gonna start playing out and
Okay.
playing gigs. But mostly benefits and things, helping people. It's so much fun.
Okay.
It's rewarding, you know.
All right, man. We're about to go over an hour here, I think.
Let's
So
do
we
it.
better wrap this up, or I'm gonna have to end up editing this. I don't want to do that. That's extra work for me.
We're
See,
done.
you want my job?
I'd
Extra
edit.
work.
I'd do
All
all
right.
the editing if it had to be, because I would love to work here.
All right, that is the voice of Special Ed. Thanks, Mr.
No
Eddie
problem,
Fanshner,
man.
for
It's
coming
always a
down.
pleasure.
Big thanks to David Zimmerman and Stephanie
Yeah.
Zimmerman for coming down. Get out March 25th, Bunker Hill American Legion for this great cause. And everybody get out and support local music and art.